Good morning, Bulldogs. Welcome to my Friday message. It's been a great first week. I can't wait for next week. I just want to thank you guys for all the hard work and what you've done being flexible and what you've shown being flexible this week. I know next week will, have its own challenges, but I know because we're Bulldog, because we're Livonia, it's going to be a great week next week. Before you come into the building, I want to have some reminders of some important points for next week. Monday will be an A-Day, so you're going to follow your semester 1 A-Day classes. If you get dropped off by a parent or you drive, if you drive, you're going to park in the front loop in that square section in the middle of the parking lot with a barricade, just like you did last year or where students that drove last year parked. The doors open at 7:10. Parents are going to drop off in the front loop. There'll be a fire lane and then 2 drop-off lanes painted off, and there'll be some crosswalks. You can come either the auditorium doors or you can come in the high school doors. The one-way pattern, if you're heading down to the middle school, it might be easier to come in the odd doors, but it doesn't really matter. Both will make it where you need to be. But the doors open at 7:10. If you come in at 7:10 for parent pickup or from the parking lot, you need to go directly to the large cafeteria or the small cafeteria. They'll both have an aide in there watching, supervising. There'll be breakfast in there. We won't release students to their first block classes till 7:18. And then at that point, you'll go directly to your first block class. So if you come in the building between 7:10 and 7:18, you're going to have to go to the cafeteria and wait there until 7:18. But then at 7:18, you'll be released to go directly to your first block class. If you come on the bus are going to drop off down at the middle school lot. All buses are going to be down there. All cars are going to be up on the hillside. So down in the old middle school entrance, that's where you're going to come in. And you're going to go directly to first block, unless you are grabbing breakfast, and you can go through and grab breakfast, and you're going to eat that at your first block. So you're going to go directly to first block, just like the people are when they're released from the cafeteria. We don't have lockers. We can't hang out in the hallway. It's very important that we follow these one-way patterns, and we go directly to first block when we get off the bus, because we're trying to bring our school back, everybody that wants to be here in the middle of a pandemic, and we're one of the few schools that are doing this. And we have a great plan in place, but the plan only works if you guys continue to be awesome students and do what you need to do to keep us here, and that's to follow the guidelines that we have. So Monday, when you come in, if you come in early, you go to the cafeteria. If you come in off the bus, you're going to go directly to first block. You can grab breakfast on your way. You need to have your Chromebook. I know there's some 6th and 7th graders that still haven't got them. Not a huge number, but probably about 20% of the 6th, 7th graders still need them. They're coming. Excuse me. But bring a binder, paper, folder. Bring what you can. I know some of your teachers reached out and told you what you need. If they didn't, just bring basic supplies and they'll fill you in on Monday. I want to finish my conversation from yesterday. I'm going to try to make sure this works. Excuse me. All right, so Prezi, let me get this thing rolling. I talked a little about this yesterday, and the 4 keys to being successful in our building, and you'll see it posted around the building. Goes along with what we'll call our Bulldog Pledge, and I'll send that to you in the same link with this video. And the 4 keys go along with what you see posted a lot in the building. It's called our paw print to success. And the 4 keys are, first of all, to pursue excellence. And we want you to pursue excellence by challenging yourself to grow, by pushing yourself outside your comfort zone. Real growth happens by pushing yourself to do things that maybe you thought you weren't able to do. And through that effort and that perseverance, you grow and you become better. It's much better to push yourself in a really hard class than to coast in a really easy class. And that's kind of what that's saying. So we expect you to push yourself to your full ability. And you're going to achieve success in the classroom by being honest and having integrity, by doing your own work, by being truthful and presenting information completely and consistently and not to mislead somebody. So you do it with class. And obviously there's going to be hurdles. We talked about this all week. A lot of it's pushing yourself and challenging yourself to grow, is pushing through when things get tough. We expect you to work as a team. We've talked about this. We don't see great examples of this in our world right now from our leaders and people in our country, but we're all Bulldogs. We're all on the same team, and I talked about that yesterday. And I expect you to do your best to be kind to others, to promote a climate where we accept each other. Like I said, we have many more similarities, no matter who we are, than differences. And we need to look for those similarities and really accept each other. We need to respect the diversity of each other and create a climate that's free of bullying and put-downs. And really look for opportunities to lift each other up, to help each other, and treat each other with respect. And that goes into the last key, which says you're going to show respect and responsibility. There's a quote I always love that says, "True character is what you do when nobody's watching." And that's really what this is about. You know, this COVID has really shown what people's true character is. You know, when things get tough, when things are no longer easy, when you're uncomfortable, that's when the true, you know, who you are inside comes out. And you've seen that. You've seen some people that really have risen to the challenge of what this pandemic has given us, while you've seen others have really shown some character traits that they shouldn't be proud of. So we expect ourselves as Bulldogs to do your best to, you know, really be the best you can be, especially when nobody's watching. So a little short video to go along with.
In a small town in the middle of Washington State, on a field inside a chain-linked fence, in a game fewer than 100 people saw. A home run memorable not for the distance it traveled, or the game it decided, but for the meaning it carried. The last Saturday in April, the second game of a softball doubleheader between Central Washington and Western Oregon.
Well, we were both neck and neck fighting for the conference championship.
As a senior, this was Sarah Tucholsky's last chance to win a championship. She'd never hit a home run before, not in college, not in her life.
I'm 5'2", I'm not very tall. I'm more a line drive hitter. I don't hit for power.
But in the top of the second inning, with 2 runners on the second pitch, that changed.
I hit that pitch and it just went.
And we're just cheering, and the runners are cheering as they round the base to head home. And then I'm going, "Where's Sarah?"
In her excitement, Tucholsky failed to touch first base, so she quickly turned back.
Her pivoting just didn't pivot with her. And I heard her kind of yell, and she just dropped to the ground, and I was like, oh no.
Just fell immediately and was in a lot of pain. Just, you know, I tried to keep my legs straight, but I was in so much pain that I couldn't really keep still.
Tucholsky, with a torn ACL, crawled back to first base. She was a long way from reaching home plate and keeping her first and only home run.
When she got back to first base, she laid there and she hugged on to first base. And then at that time, I was staring at the base and I go, what on earth are we going to do?
And I turned the umpire standing right next to me. I said, "What is the ruling if I put somebody in for Sarah?" He said, "It'll be a 2-run single."
If anybody would have, on her team, would have helped Sarah, she would have been called out.
That was the problem. None of Tucholsky's teammates were allowed to touch her. That's when Central Washington's Mallory Holtman, a player with more home runs than any other in conference history, a player for the opposing team, spoke up.
I went to the home plate umpire and asked if we could pick her up and carry her, and he looked at me a little strange.
And the umpire went and said, "Yes, you can do that." I'm still standing there in shock. I said, "Thank you so much."
We asked her, so is it okay if we pick you up and carry you around the bases? And I say yes, and and say thank you. And she says, you hit the ball over the fence, you deserve it.
For that reason only, because she deserved it, Holtman and Wallace began to carry the injured Tucholsky, stopping to touch her left foot on each base as the 3 made their way around the diamond.
We actually started laughing because we were just wondering what this would look like to all the people in the stands.
When I looked up, I didn't see, giant smiles and screams. I saw emotion and tears and people crying.
It's a great moment when someone has character to step up and do the right thing at the right time.
It's emotional. You're proud to be associated with those kids.
That's the first home run of the season for number 8, Sarah Tukolsky.
The fact is, you know, I made my goal. I hit a home run, and yeah, it's my last at bat of my career, but I, you know, made my goal, so I'm proud of myself.
Mallory Holtman, Liz Wallace, and the Central Washington team lost the game that day, 4-2. Sarah Tukolsky lost the rest of her season and her career to a knee injury. But for the spirit of sportsmanship, a greater victory, made on a long trot around the bases, a trip that truly touched them all.
I have a lot of respect for her and put her in high regards, her and her teammates. And, you know, I can't thank her enough.
All right, great video about, you know, what it means to do the right thing, even when the right thing is difficult and the right thing isn't expected. Really cool story there. So what I want to share with you, and it's going to be in the link that I send you as part of this email, is the Bulldog Pledge. And what the Bulldog Pledge looks like. And you'll click on this, and it's a Google form. You click on it, you put your email in, which will be your name. And then you're going to click that you agree to this. And you're going to agree to pursuing excellence. You're going to strive, I'll read the whole thing. As a student at Livonia Middle High School, I will continue to maintain our high level of excellence by pledging that you're going to pursue excellence, by challenging yourself to grow, attempting challenges to take you outside your comfort zone. You're going to achieve the top of your ability. You're going to achieve academic success, whatever level that is, by striving to reach your full potential with honesty and integrity. You're going to work as a team by looking for opportunities to help others, and you're going to support and encourage others. And you're going to show respect and responsibility. Like I said, you're going to do the right thing even when nobody's watching. And you're going to click that you agree to this. And if you don't agree or refrain, you know, we'll get a copy of everyone's email that does this. Now, I'd like to have an explanation, you know why you're refraining from that, and you'll submit it. So once again, key points on Monday. Monday is an A-Day. And those of you that are coming in person, you're going to go directly to your first block A-Day semester 1 class and have your Chromebook if you have one, and be ready to go. It's going to be great to see all your Bulldogs back in the building, and I can't wait. Seems like it's been a long time since we've had a building full of students, and it's pretty exciting that it's finally here. So thanks again. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys on Monday.